Hi there, Aries. Welcome to your reading. This is your reading for the week of March 28th through April 3rd. So it's possible that this is your birthday week. So if so, happy birthday. And so your angels are getting together right now, and they're providing the messages that they want you to hear, to receive for yourself for this week. So we have about half the cards out now. So if you just hang on a minute, we'll get the rest out. Okay, they want that one too. All right. Sometimes the cards kind of flip around, and then I just have to ask, which of these are what were intended to come out. Or, sometimes it was just that my hands slipped or something like that. So I just listen for the answers, and that's what we have. Okay, so let's get started here. Okay. All right. So you are safe and protected at all times. At all times. So whatever it is, it feels, I'm getting this energy of just kind of like, so because it's a general reading, for some of you that will be absolutely spot on. Some of you it'll be a little less accurate. You take it how it resonates. But this, the wolf, tells you, oh, the wolf. The wolf. I'm not sure why that is so significant. All of a sudden it just went guardian. Oh my gosh. Wow. And emotion. So for some of you this is huge. And I'm feeling all that emotion and it comes through me. Wow. It just hit all of a sudden like that. So you are protected, and the wolf wants you to know that he is always there. Holy cow. On different levels. So this feels a lot like spirit. So it could be ancestors, people that you have known or not known from your ancestry, who of course have transitioned, but they are looking after you. Wow. And it hit again. They're looking after you all the time. They're with you, and because they are people who have crossed over. They cannot be with you every minute of every day, but they're saying they're looking after things from over there as much as they possibly can. They're rooting for you. They have your, whole well-being as their number one focus. And so they hear you. They hear you. Holy cow. I could just absolutely stop and break down and just bawl right now. There's so much emotion going through. So it feels very much like that is your emotion in combination with the spirits who have gone before, who are looking after you. And so you can definitely, excuse me, thank you. You can definitely count on them. And so they're sitting there going, okay, I know it's not quite the same as physically being there beside you, offering words and guidance and things like that. But it's the best we can do right now. And so please understand that you are certainly not alone in going through this, that you are not the only one who has ever gone through this. And you will definitely get through it. You'll do fine. It might feel pretty grim right now, and you might be shedding tears of your own, but all is well in the grand scheme, which is probably no comfort right now, but that's okay. All right. Okay, so let's continue with the rest of the reading. Surround yourself with positive people and situations and avoid negativity. So anything that does sound negative to you or feels negative to you, you see it, you're aware of it, you know it's there, and then turn your attention to something that feels really good. Because that negative energy just keeps dragging you down, and you don't need that right now. Nobody needs that right now. So there is plenty around you in your life, in your world, that is beautiful and positive and uplifting, and and continuing. So grasp onto those things. Let yourself feel joy. You don't have to feel crappy all the time. I mean, for heaven's sakes, it's the opposite, right? So as little as possible, feel the negativity. Feel instead all the beautiful things and all the things that keep you high vibing, right? Okay. All right. You can do it. Yes, you can. It's once you get in the habit, it's not difficult, right? To start with, to get into that is sometimes a really difficult thing, but once you're in the habit, then it's easier. Okay, get your friends to help you with that. Tell your friends, you know what, I can't have negative conversations right now. I have to only have the ones that promote fun and laughter and joy. Okay. Okay. And so there is a person. Um, there is a person. Is it an event? There's an activity or something going on in your life that you are holding unforgiveness about. So the quicker you can get to a point of forgiveness, the easier it will be upon you. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you, so that you can go forward feeling good on the inside of you. So, every person, yourself included, is acting from a position of where they're at right now in their self-development, in their life, in their, what they think they're experiencing. Some people are really victims right now. Some people are, high and mighty, judgmental. Some people are, on an even keel with you. Some people are, any extreme in between there, and moderate in between there, not always extreme. And so every person, that's what's determining their behavior. And because of the spot they're at in that, that life experience stuff, that's going to determine whether they feel justified in behaving that way. And, some people, you can see them, they're in the same spot for years and years and years. And other people are developing and evolving so quickly that you just can't keep track, can't keep up with them. And so all of them, yourself included, that's what is determining your behavior right now. And so anybody else's behavior has nothing to do with you. It has to do with how they are reacting to you and your behavior. Right? So, maybe the first person you need to forgive is yourself. Maybe you think, I knew this. I knew this was gonna, and I did it anyway. Or maybe you're thinking, I should have seen those signs and I didn't. Or, whatever the case may be, forgive yourself first. You're doing your best, and your best is completely good enough. And the other person or people involved, forgive them. They're doing their best. Yeah. So try and get to that point. I've just heard the word daily. So it might take a daily habit of forgiveness over a period of time to fully get to this point. But it leads to real freedom. Like look at that. Pelican absolutely soaring. How great does that feel? Okay. And this also, that ability to forgive, leads you to this self-empowerment where those little things that right now feel pretty big, but you're aware even now that really they're small. They're little nitpicky behaviors that are just getting under your skin, right? You're aware that they're small. And as you can forgive and realize what perspective that person's coming from, that gives you all the self-empowerment that you could possibly need. It makes it so that you can have compassion and understanding while also keeping your own boundaries. That is empowerment. Yeah, that is empowerment. Very beautiful. Yeah. And so there's another aspect here of, if you can step back from, all the judgment, whatever else, if you can hold yourself in the forgiveness and keep the compassion for going for other people. Some people will say that you are, I don't even know, unfeeling, or, like they'll call you names because of the way you are. Again, it's only because that's the state they're in. Some of them are realizing that your state of calm and acceptance is like kind of the ideal, right? Is the way to be. And they're not there yet, and they know it. And so then that leads them to maybe lash out a little bit. But you keep your power. It's yours, and you keep it. Okay? All right? Now, look for the signs. There are lots of signs. And so this, like, it feels like this is one of the things you've been beating yourself up over, that in the past you didn't really see the signs, or maybe you saw them and you said, oh, but no, it'll be okay. We can work through that, or whatever. So going forward, pay attention to the signs and see, like, what's up? What are you seeing now that's an indication of what's to come? And, the angels don't really mean this in a negative way. They're just saying, pay attention. See what you'll learn, what you'll notice, right? The other part of this is that your angels are trying to give you messages all the time, and they're using signs to do that. And so that is quite literally your communication with your personal guardian angels, with all the archangels, with the spirit realm, people who have gone before, all the ancestors, right? That is how you communicate with them. So they're really, really rooting for you to notice and hear them and see them and feel them and realize when you just know. Those are the signs. Okay. And all of this, all together, all the forgiveness, all the protection, all the spirits, all the communication, all the feeling, letting yourself feel good. It feels like you've been stopping yourself. You think you shouldn't feel good or something like that. That's ridiculous. All that empowerment of yours leads to this beautiful alchemy. This situation is going to turn out better than you could ever hope for. Seriously. When you do everything that's been talked about here, That is your part of the puzzle. And that, in turn, is going to, it's like calming a whole situation. And that will lead to the most beautiful solutions. It's amazing. It's really amazing. You'll be so relieved and gratified. Yeah, it's all coming. Okay, so here we have the daily guidance cards. And we'll get one last piece of wisdom from your guardian angels. Yeah, be honest with yourself. Always, like throughout all of this whole thing, be honest with yourself. Like, you are not better than anybody else. You're not worse. Like, you're beautiful. You're amazing. But be honest with yourself. And it feels like you're trying to portray yourself as more pure than you actually are. And whether that's because you want somebody else to think that, or, whatever that case may be very, very honest with yourself and understand that you're a regular person, a beautiful, amazing, talented, lovable, fabulous human being. Be honest with yourself about what it is that you're not being honest about. And that will really help you. Okay? All right. Aries, wow, what a deep reading. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you very much. And I love you. And I will see you next week.